All right, welcome back again to another part analysis again. So, before we dive into looking at what is currently happening in the market or where we should be looking to take trade, let's try to retrospect our previous trade on last week where I said that I will be looking for opportunity to sell in the market and how the analysis play out and some couple of mistake I made during that process. So without wasting much of our time, before we jump into this week analysis, let me quickly share with you. So I think last week my anticipation was I was expecting a pullback, which is this price as here, to key level like this. I think if you scale down to the lower time frame, it's going to be obvious if you watch the previous video also. So I was expecting to, once I was expecting a pullback, after the pullback a correction to sell, but unfortunately I was not able to catch the pullback at the top, which price drop before this massive bearish drop. So throughout last week I wasn't able to take, despite the analysis play out accordingly, but I wasn't able to take trade. So and also I will still share the mistake I make along this bearish move. So let's scale down to at least lower time photos. So from the previous video I think I mapped two zone to look out for, to wait for our confirmation to take the trade. This was the extreme zone. So when price tap into the, we have an initial reaction which drop this candle. If you scale down to lower time frame, it's going to support. I wasn't able to catch this trade because I was not placing any pending order, so I was waiting for confirmation before we have this bearish drop and price will spike to the upside again. So along this process I wasn't able to find my entry confirmation, or it appeared I wasn't really paying much attention to catch the sell at the top. Let's see, scale down to 1 hour. So majorly I was looking for the double top pattern along with putting other factor into consideration. So if you can observe clearly, we have something like kind of double top, but I wasn't able to get into the trade before the price sold off. So before we have this bearish move to the downside. So along this process I make a mistake. So I think let me scale down to 2 hour, 4 hour, I think so. So when price go to this, once I miss this entire bearish move to the downside, once price get to this psychological, which is about 194.00, I saw this kind of reaction. So once I saw this reaction, I was expecting price at least push to this upside to come and retest this level again. So I went for a quick long, but which unfortunately was not able to, which did not go according to my what I expected, which stopped me. That was the only trade I took last week. This level, that was the only trade I took last week. So if I toggle my history, so that's about $6. I lost $6 here. So that was the only trade I placed that stopped me at. So I was able to find an entry despite the analysis play. So nevertheless, no regret. So it is what it is. So let's see what this week has for us, or what we should be looking at for this week. So from the daily time frame, what we can see here is the market is still clearly bearish, still on a downtrend. So what should be looking at for is to look for opportunity to sell in this market. Before we should look for opportunity to sell. Before we can consider buying this market, we see a significant price correction to the upside. From our approach to trading is to identify the current direction the strength of the market is on and figure out level we should be looking for opportunity to take trade from. So from the current structural view, you can see that the market is still strongly bearish. So what we should be looking for? We should be looking for opportunity to sell, except we see a significant correction in the price to the upside. As for now, we cannot really tell. So, but what we can see here right in front of us from the daily time frame is market is still selling. So, working with the current market structure, we'll be looking for opportunity to sell. Now, once we've been able to identify our directional buyers, technical buyers, which is the direction, the next thing is to look for, okay, if this market is bearish, since we are selling from technically we are selling from level of resistance. So what our key level should be looking to take the sell from. Now one thing we can see anticipate here is to look for a pullback. Now the market is in a push phase, like this market has sold off. So what we can anticipate to sorry is to look for opportunity for price to push to the upside, push just like example, just like this, push to the upside. We'll look for a correction and take the sell to the downside. That's now, since we're expecting price to push to the upside, what are the major levels we should be looking at for price to push to? And from this time, for what I can figure out here, we have a supply zone here. So what I can anticipate here is you can see expect price to push to this upside before we take any further sell to the downside. If the strength of the market is still there, except we push down, made a correction. But from what we can see here is the market is still clearly bearish. So we should look for an opportunity for selling. Any push to the upside, correction, and we sell. Or price push to this level 191.00, make a correction. So from the look of things for now, there's no I can't really pinpoint any exact point we should be looking for opportunity to sell from the way the market is set. We have a significant push to the upside or correction before we take a sell. So from the structure now, we cannot do anything and the way it is like this currently. So we're going to wait for a pullback or a correction, whatever form. But from this current state, we are not doing anything like this except to see a pullback to here for a drop or any push to the upside. I think that's all. Let me quickly share with you.